Hello there. So I just wanted to do a quick video, almost I guess a bit like an update of what's been going on since January, and just to encourage us really with what's going on in the world. Obviously, I've sort of just shifted my focus a little bit on some of these videos that I'm doing a bit more of a sort of a perspective on what's going on and some encouragement that I feel that God's been giving to me as well, and hopefully this will be encouraging to you. So I'm going to share a screen. Give me a second. Let's go there. Okay, so yeah, so some interesting stuff sort of for January and February. As you know, as you probably know, I'm a business advisor as well. Last year really was a very sort of turbulent and tough year for a lot of people. A lot of people have been struggling financially, etc., myself included. Um, but since January, I think things have been picking up, and it's just been some interesting things. Like so a lot of my clients seem to be getting more kind of orders, etc., in, and more inquiries, and things are a bit more optimistic. So I'm talking like this is the UK, and kind of what's happening here, but obviously it's happening around the world as well. Um, and I've got just some thoughts I've been having really with with God, and when I've been praying through things, etc. So I live near the coast here, so I'm looking a little bit windswept at the moment because I've just been for a nice walk along the coast there, and it's really good there. But I've just felt my attention being drawn to like the seagulls that are flying near the coast, and just really felt like just it's an encouragement really for all of us to kind of like sort of rise above the current situation. That it's important that we kind of don't let the current situation drag us down, and keep us earthbound. I think we, keep our eyes, on heavenly things and on good things. That everything's going to work out, but it's kind of like we obviously have to have faith in that. And strangely, this kind of picture came up on my Facebook post as well. And those of you who know me, I'm a bit of a superhero fan, so this was quite encouraging. And again, it's just like got a lot of things about wings. I've had kind of like been sort of coming my way, flying my way this last few months. Quite a few different songs, like especially the old song "Love Lift Us Up Where We Belong," where the eagles cry on a mountain high. Sort of just it's almost like we're almost there. We're almost over the sort of worst of some of this current storm, but it's important that we kind of just sort of stay above the storms that are kind of there. It's interesting. I think when you kind of like are flying, when a plane hits turbulence, quite often they have to like increase the engine to like go higher, so that they can get above the turbulence. So it's a little bit like that kind of concept, I think. So yeah, I had other songs kind of really on my mind, "On the Wings of Love" and "Broken Wings," being healed, and I think that's it. It is a time of like healing and restoring at the moment, because we've all been through like a tough time, and it made me think as well also about like the flood. Obviously, like this, it's been a difficult time lately, and it has been like a bit of a devastating flood the last few years, kind of. And it feels like we've had to kind of like just cling on to God and like hide in that ark, waiting for things to calm down. And it's strange. So just thinking about the birds and the flying. I remember the story of when Noah's like when he's trying to find land after the flood, and he sends the birds out to see if they can find anywhere to land, and they can't. The first couple of birds, they can't find anywhere to land. But then finally a bird comes back with an olive branch in his mouth, his beak, so that he obviously has found a tree to land on, and that's why it's a symbol of peace, really. And obviously the rainbow is a promise of a new day. And interestingly, here in the UK, we've just had loads of rain, and lots of rainbows as well. So it's been a kind of it's almost like it's a new beginning. And just going on that, it was quite funny. So I've written this post on my Facebook page, but basically there was I was at church one Sunday. You can see here, someone there had a picture. They sort of they kind of just said that God gave him a picture of a broken road that was gradually becoming a golden and complete one. And kind of strangely, after that service, when I was driving, I was driving to the coast for a little walk, and I passed this sign for the Wizard of Oz for a musical that was happening. And I was listening to the radio, and it was a musical. It was Elaine Page does a musical show, and there was the Wizard of Oz song came on at like roughly the same time as I passed that sign on the road. So it was always confirmations of, we might be sort of on this broken road at the moment, but with God, if we kind of keep our eyes on Him and our eyes fixed on the prize, that road is going to become a golden one and a better one. And yeah, that was kind of encouraged. That was also enforced by some other things there that you can read on there. So the strange thing about this one, so this picture here, kind of like of the Iron Man, kind of with his wings. As far as I know, it wasn't even written by a Christian, which was quite interesting. It's just a superhero fan. This is what he wrote with it. He said, every superhero has majestic wings against their white attire, symbolizing a new era of unity and strength. This vision redefines heroism in the skies. And I think if you've been watching any of my videos, you know that I've been talking about, we're kind of like in a new shift. We're like a new era. It's a new time, period of time that we've sort of moved in since the pandemic. And this like we've got in the past, all these different times, like the Renaissance, the Dark Ages, the all these kind of the Reformation, all these kind of strange times. We're definitely in a different time now. So I'm not sure what they call it after it happens, but we'll soon find out after in history books. But yeah, that was quite interesting there about just like a new era of unity and strength, and it really has taken a lot. I think we've all sort of changed a lot in maybe some of the groups that we're part of and stuff like that. We've shifted around a bit, and that's caused a lot of pain. That's caused a lot of grief, and we've had to like forgive a lot and find some healing, overcome that. So it's been a lot of changes, and we've needed time to like heal from that, really. And so that's why this I thought was quite good. Those new era of unity and strength, heroism in the sky. So tying in again with like just keeping high, but also like the era we're going to move into is one of like where those relationships will heal. But we're gonna be in different formations, maybe like with different birds. So yeah, maybe we've got different flocks that we're flying with, and like those geese. So I think we've all just been trying to find where we belong, where we want to belong. And it's a bit of an upgrade, really, and it kind of ties in a little bit. Again, we're going into the skies. Well, I remember just that Top Gun Maverick film that was out earlier last year, or a couple of years ago, sorry. But that was straight after the pandemic. It was one of the first major films that came out, and it was all about like the new next generation rising up, and but also like getting out of like the old ways of doing things, and like the new ways, a new way forward for a new era kind of thing. And so I love that film because it was all about redefining things and kind of moving away from the way that things were done. And it also just made me think of this quote from William Blake that said, believed that in growing up, people move from states of innocence to experience, and then if they're fortunate, to higher innocence. So I think, we've all been through a lot of changes, a lot of grief, a lot of difficulties, but it won't be for nothing. The experience that we've gained from that, once we're healed, we're going to move into like hopefully a state of higher innocence where those wounds are healed, and we can just reap the benefits of going through those tough times. So like it says in the Bible about no one likes obviously you've got the pain of giving birth, but you forget the pain of giving birth once you have the baby. And it's a bit not straight away, obviously. And it's also a bit like when Jesus said, for the joy before him, he endured the cross because he knew what was going to come after it. So we've all gone through that cross experience, but it's what comes after it that's really important. That, you know, the joy of something better, a better covenant. And I think that's what this is all about. It's like we've all been yearning for like a better way of life, you know, a better systems, and we don't want the old systems. We're a bit like the Matrix. We want to break out. We want new things, and now's the time where, you know, especially now in 2024, we're seeing like new springs, new shoots of things shooting up, and new, yeah, just new life, new ways. And I keep having that Carpenter song in my head as well. We've only just begun, and so listen to the words of that. But it's kind of like, you know, it's like, um, so many promises, and kind of like so many roads to choose. So it's an exciting time, because I think it's going to be a bit more of a free range time. So that's where the wings come in again. It's like we're not going to be as caged, I think, as we were before, but we're going to have like new ways of doing things that are freer, and that's really important. And again, that film Free Guy I've talked about in the past, that's really important there as well, because we are moving into freer ways of life. And um, so it's obviously a process that we continue to go through, but I think this year is going to be, you know, we can see it already that things are picking up. It's slow to start with, but I can see the momentum growing, and can see that things are going to speed up and accelerate in this new year. And things that we, you know, been waiting a long time for, I think, are going to start to kind of come out of the mist. I think things, promises we've been like waiting for, are going to start to kind of appear a bit clearer. It's a bit like that yellow brick road. We just got to keep pressing on, because we'll have to see the wizard. We're going to get to the Emerald City. So just encourage you, just keep pushing forward, and hopefully we can start skipping on that road very soon and meet our friends, the Tin Man, the Lion, and the Scarecrow. I don't want to take this imagery too far, but we're going to, you know, I think hopefully it's going to be, there's going to be problems along the way, of course there are, but you know, we're going to higher ground. We're going to something better. So I think, let's push into God, and seek that higher ground with Him. That's it, really. So just to encourage you, feel free to comment if you've got any comments, and I'll see you again once I've processed some more thoughts about what's going on in the world, what's next, and but yeah, feel free to comment or ask any questions. But yeah, I think it's interesting days. I'm glad we're living in these days. I don't know about you, but I want something better than what was before. You know, I don't want to go through all that rubbish, and then just go back to the way things were. You know, so let's believe for a better world, better things are yet to come. Okay, speak to you later. Goodbye. I'm going to stop sharing that and stop recording. See you later.